Kenneth, we're here in Venice.
Right.
You're homeless.
Right.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, I've been out here for 5 years. I was married with 6 kids, and I was a gambler. So I'm not gonna lie about it. That was probably the biggest reason I ended up here. But there's a lot of other things that came into the mix. Like the infidelity with me and my wife. We both had problems, so that helped the divorce, going to play. And then the child support came in, and then next thing you know, I'm like, I got no money to rent a place or live, so I'm like, I'm out here.
Yeah.
And before that, I was working in aerospace for 13 years.
Wow.
And, I had got a job because the supplier, who was the people that the aerospace company I was working for, said, hey, you only got 1 black working here, and they had like 300 employees.
Yeah.
So they said, we need you to hire another employee that's black. So I was the guy, and the reason was because the guy who was in HR saw that I went to the same high school as him.
Huh. So
he hired me. He said, okay, yeah, I'm gonna hire you because, and he talked to me, interviewed me, he said, yeah, you got everything we need, and you're from my same school.
Okay.
So that's how I got hired.
Yeah.
Because the Martin, I'm trying to think of the name of the aerospace company. What is that? Lockheed Martin.
Right.
Lockheed Martin told them they need to hire more black.
Right.
And so they hired me. So it was just 2 of us there out of 300 employees. So I was there 13 years and everything was fine. The owner was loving me. He was giving me season tickets to the Lakers basketball games. I was enjoying it. But then something came up and Lockheed said, hey, we're gonna pull our $5 million contract out of here.
Yeah.
So the owners naturally said, okay, no problem. If you gotta go, then we gotta get rid of some extra baggage that we hired when we took on your company.
Right.
And the first person they pointed to was me because they had asked them to hire another black. So they, I didn't know it at the time. I'm not gonna lie. I had no clue.
Right.
But all of a sudden, things start coming at me. They were calling me to the office saying, hey, you messed up on this. Hey, you did this, you did that. And I'm like, what the heck? Our system doesn't do that.
Right.
And they were like, no, but you got to figure it out. They were making up stuff to make me look,
I've been forced out of gigs before.
Like
man.
I was failing.
Yeah.
So finally, something came up and the guy said, oh, we're gonna have to let you go because we lost the contract and, that was part of it. They said we lost the contract and, you're not fitting in with us right.
Right.
But I was a senior guy in shipping.
Yeah.
I was the guy that had been there, 13 years.
Right,
Anybody else that was there less years.
Yeah.
So we I kind of started sensing that. But then one of the guys from Lockheed came up to me and said, hey, is everything okay?
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, nothing, no problem, because I didn't know it was coming that hard.
Right.
So yeah, everything's fine, I don't think they're doing nothing. They just transferred me to another location. So when they transferred me to that location, the guy that was in charge there, he was a headhunter. He was professionally hired for them to cut heads.
Yeah.
And
I've heard of that.
And while I was there, he cut many of his before he got to me.
Yeah.
Months and months before me. But they finally, because I was a senior, I was training people.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. I had like 5 guys trained under me before they finally start saying, okay, we're gonna get rid of you. But
so then what happened?
And they finally pushed me out of the, and let me know that, hey, we gotta let you go. And I didn't realize that was what it was from until afterwards.
Yeah.
When I talked to one of the guys from Lockheed, he said, yeah, they told us that they were gonna get you if they didn't, if they took the contract out.
Yeah. Now was that the path on the homelessness?
Yeah, I was making $40,000 a year.
Yeah.
So once they did that, I kind of, I never went back to work after that. And I kind of just was pissed off.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of what I should do. And then I said, okay, no, I'm not going to do nothing because I'll let God do my fighting for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right,
so
right.
So I ended, I stayed with my mom and my brother for a year. And then they did what every brainwashed person normally does. Said, oh no, you can't live off us, you gotta go. You know, so they pushed me out, and so I ended up here at the beach. And you know, for a while I was managing, doing GR. Actually had a job last year. I was working all the way up till last year in June.
So you was working and living out here?
Yeah, and then I just
working poor, working homeless.
Yeah, and what happened was it was so hard because I was working at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, getting off at 10:30, having to catch a bus back here at 12, get back here at 1, wake up at 6 in the morning because that's what time they make us wake up, and having to move all my stuff, and then have to go back to work at 2:30, and have to leave here at 12. And then, you know, I did it for a year, and I was like, no, I can't do this. I'm gonna kill myself. You know, so I finally decided, hey, that's it. So last June I quit.
Yeah. What's homelessness like out here in Venice?
It's, you know, if you do it wrong, it's really tough. You know, and when I say wrong, getting on drugs, getting on stuff that not thinking about what you not planning for tomorrow, you know, you end up in a situation where you can't survive the next day. But once I started seeing that I have to live this life just like if I was a basketball player or if I was a CEO, I got to make sure that I do everything. So I start going around, I smoke a little bit, so I start collecting snipes. I start going through trash cans. I start making sure I had my blankets, my pillows, my umbrellas.
People aren't going to know what snipe is.
Right. Well, it's a cigarette that's been half smoked or 3/4 smoked.
I used to call them war butts. I used to say the war's gone on this one.
Right. So we get those and keep us going without having to buy stuff.
Yeah.
And once I saw that I could make it like that, I said, okay, I'm going to trust in God, and I'm going to just live like this. So I start scraping the curves. And scraping the curves is just going by every car that's in your area until you find what they drop when they get out sometimes, which is a pack of cigarettes, which is a lighter, which is sometimes money. And trust me, on many occasions, I've found $100 bills, $5 bills, 10, you know, and it's just living this life the way you would live if you were in a CEO job or if you were in, you know, some other job.
You get used to it. You come out here and you adapt.
And you make it work. And so the thing was, I saw that it was providing for me. So who am I to complain that it's not, that it's this much instead of that much? You know, who am I? Because I messed up, I gambled. I ain't gonna lie, but I was making enough money to gamble. But it was just that I got so addicted to it that it forced me.
Did homelessness cure your gambling problem?
Definitely. and I wouldn't call it homelessness. I'll say God did it. Because he made me see that, hey, if you're gonna win, one ticket is all you need. You don't need to spend $100 on tickets. You know, so, and that's where I really come to now. Like today is, the lotto is $1 billion.
No way.
Yeah, it's $1 billion, and I got one ticket. I got one ticket.
Good for you.
And you know, I haven't quit gambling, but trust me. But trust me, it's down to a whole nother level.
Yeah, one ticket is, and I hope you win.
And it's just that, you know, I've tried to reason with it, and I'm like, well, I'm here, and I'm dealing with a lot of other people that I would have never met. And
well, this morning you were so nice. I had to come back, hook you up with some sneaks.
And I really appreciate that. That was great.
You were so nice because I brought a.
I'm to see him.
Hey, Gary V.
I'm gonna play me some basketball tomorrow. I mean, everything like this is appreciated, and it's one small piece of the puzzle. You know, when I get a shirt, when I get, you know, some blankets and stuff like that, now I got everything I need.
I came through with a college class. I'd never done that before. I was a little worried because there's so many of them.
And they were very amazed and really looking at me and wanted to see, and I saw it in their eyes. They wanted to understand what could do it, and it's life. It's just life.
Kids are going to end homelessness. They're going to do it. We messed it up. They're going to end homelessness.
And the thing is, it can happen to anybody, and that's the part that I always looked at when I was seeing these people and I was working and making money. I would hand them money and I would give my kids, because I got 6 kids, and I would give my kids, say, hey, give them some money.
Yeah.
You know, because that's a good thing to do.
Yeah.
And I think that's part of why that I do so well out here. And when I say do so well, I can't say that I'm rich. I can't say that I'm eating what I want to eat, because I would rather have a kitchen where I can cook everything I want. But I can say that I'm comfortable.
You're surviving.
And
you know
and nobody can really deny that if you're comfortable, there's something wrong.
Yeah. Homelessness did that for me. I worked in TV before I was out here.
Right.
And I was nasty. And now, after homelessness, you give me a ham sandwich and a bag of Doritos, and I'm happy.
Right. Yeah, because it doesn't take much anymore. Because
you become grateful.
Yeah. You become more appreciative of the little things.
Right.
And that's the thing that I'm noticing. The little pieces of the puzzle make the whole puzzle. And I got to accept when I get something that I wish I had more. But I like, let me set this over here, get that over here, and then next thing you know, bam, I got the whole picture.
Yeah.
And it's just a matter of, you know, being patient, being understanding that you are not a wealthy person, so you can't go out and buy stuff, but accepting what you have.
Right.
And that's something that even in the world of work, if you only make $50,000 a year, you got to accept that that's all you have.
Yeah.
You make $1 million a year, you got to accept that. So I mean, those people want more.
Yeah.
You know,
so
of course I want more.
Yeah. If you had 3 wishes, what would they be?
Number 1, because I'm always playing it, you hit the lotto.
Yeah, there you go.
But number 2, which I have to move back to number 1, is that God is on my side.
Yeah.
Because without Him, all of this I wouldn't even be here.
Yeah.
You know, so I have to move Him back into number 1. So then we go number 2, hit the lotto.
Yeah.
And number 3, just having somebody to come by one day with a Big Mac.
With a Big Mac.
Real hot.
A real hot Big Mac.
Yeah,
that might happen.
Because those are the kind of things that, you know, we don't get out here.
Yeah.
It's just hot food.
Yeah.
And you got to deal with the cold sandwich they bring out here.
You got no place to
cook.
Yeah.
I mean, we do have grills and stuff, but you can't.
Yeah.
It's hard to set that up and do that every day. You get tired of doing that.
Yeah.
You know, so it's complicated, but it comes with the territory.
Kenneth, thank you so much for talking to me and being so cool for the college class this morning. Yep. You are awesome. It's an honor to meet you.
And I'm glad that you did that and brought them out here, because, you know, for kids at that age, for a seed to be planted in them of that type of a seed, where it's showing them that they have to be more understanding, is beyond anything that we do in this world.
Well, they asked me to speak in their class, and I said, well, why don't you just come down and we'll go for a walk.
Right.
So,
that was beautiful.
Cool. Well, thank you. You have a good night, man.
Yep. And thank you for coming out and the shoes. I love them. And I'm going to play basketball tomorrow.
Okay.
All right. Have a good one. Yep.